Hey guys, this is Nod Lammers of Invoked 101, and this is my newest deck profile. This is my very first deck, or at least my first archetype deck that I ever made. This is Destiny Heroes. A little bit about Destiny Heroes and why I say that this is my first deck is back when I was little, back when Enemy of Justice first came out. This was the deck I played. I played Destiny Heroes. I had the secret rare. Destiny draws. I actually had to get new ones, sadly, and then I picked up two of the original secrets, and then I got reprinted in Super. But we'll talk about all this. This is also my only full holo deck for the most part. There's a couple cards that aren't holo, and that's only because they come in gold rare. But for the majority, this is my only full holo deck. So yeah, let's including the extra. The extra, actually, I believe the extra deck is max rare, I believe it is. But I know everything that can be holo is holo, aside from a couple cards. I think it's only one card. Anyway, let's jump into the monsters. So our first monster is Triple Drill Dark. A lot of people like to run him at 2. I really like running him at 3. There's a lot of level 4s in this deck, and I think he is the best level 4 out of them. He's also the biggest with 1600, which is sad to say. But he's really good. It does pierce damage, and when he's normaled or specialed, you can summon a Destiny hero that is equal or weaker than him in attack points, which is really cool, which means you can get our next guy out of your hand using him. And that next guy is, I'm picking him up, and that next guy is our fusion fodder, Triple Malicious. This guy is great. So this is a fusion-based deck for the most part. It can make, and it does do Xyz plays, of course. But we've taken out the synchro aspect. If you really want to, you can put some red resonators in here, which help with the Drill Dark Malicious plays. But yeah, for the most part, this guy is either Destiny draw fodder or Allure fodder or fusion fodder, because you can banish him. You can fuse him into a card. I'll show a couple combos later. But yeah, those are the only two heroes we run at 3, and I think those are the only two worth running at 3. For our 2-ofs, we run the best new hero, Celestial. I think that this is the best hero that we've gotten for Destiny Heroes. He's 1600, so he's big. And if he's in your graveyard while you have no cards in hand, you can banish him in a Destiny hero and draw 2 cards. So he fits with the theme perfectly. Next up is our other level 4 that we run at 2, Diamond Dude. This basically cuts the costs on our spell cards, which is pretty cool. Lets you mill through your deck. And our last Destiny hero that we run 2 of is Destiny Hero Dreamer. He's kind of like a battle fader for the deck, which is really interesting. If he's in the graveyard, you can special summon him, but then banish him when he leaves the field. If he was a tuner, man, he should have been. For our non-Destiny heroes we run at 2, of course we gotta run this one at 2. This is Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. When she's sent to the graveyard, you get to search a card. Any hero monster, so she's basically like another Rhoda, and the way we get her in the graveyard is by using our newest vision, not our newest vision hero, but our old Vision Hero Vion. Basically, he's able to search a poly and dump a hero, and then, so the hero you're always going to be sending is the Shadow Mist. Those are our 2-ofs. For our 1-ofs, heroes, we run 1 Decider, basically for that end phase grab back. So when he's normal or special summoned, during the end phase, you can get a hero out of your graveyard, which is pretty cool. We have 1 Dynatag. This basically stops you from getting OTK'd. And then he can banish himself from the graveyard and bump up a Destiny hero by 1,000, which is super useful for some of the fusion monsters and just in general. So I've thought about bumping him to 2, just because he's also a discard. So he might go to 2. And for our last hero that I'd love to run 2 of, Honesty Neos. I would use 2, I only have 1, so. But I definitely feel like Honesty, you can search him off of Shadow Mist. I know you just saw the last card. That's Summoner Monk. Discard a spell card to special summon a level 4, basically summons Shadow Mist to get the mass change. Does a lot of stuff for the deck. But that's it for the monsters. I'm just kind of sorting everything out real quick. Get it back into order. That's it for like the monsters. For now. Going into the spell cards, of course, you saw them before. We have triple Destiny Draw. Where's this one from? Okay, I was just wondering. Triple Destiny Draw. I think this is mandatory in any Destiny Hero deck, is the draw card. It's one of the best draw cards ever. You discard 1D hero, draw 2 cards. It's one of the best 2-for-2s. And next up we have one more. Triple Allure of Darkness. You're running a dark deck, might as well run the 3. Those are only 3 of spell cards. I'm actually going to zoom out a little bit. There we go. So yeah. For the next card we run is a card I run just because I ran it when I was younger, and I also like having the shiny versions of it. That's 2 Clock Tower Prisons. I think this card is good. Yeah, of course, your enemy is going to deal with it, your opponent's going to deal with it, so, but who cares? I think it looks pretty. And then next up, we run 2 polys, 2 polymerizations, and the 1 fusion sub. Again, this is a fusion-based build, so technically we're running 3 polymerization. I just put it in here because it's like the 2 of. And then our last 1 ofs, 1 Rhoda, because it's mandatory in warrior decks. 1 Mass Change, the only non-holo card, because it only comes in gold rare. And lastly, Pot of a Quiz, because we banish a lot. And that's it for the spell cards. And once again, I must just flip some of those onto the top. Set that off to the side. And lastly, we have 5 trap cards. So our first trap, we run at 2. 2 Destiny Fusion. This card is amazing. I think that this card is great. There's also some really cool combos you can do with Chain Material with this. Chain Material is a little weird, but basically it stops your Destiny hero from dying that turn by battle or card effect. So if like they're going to run over one of your little heroes and you have another one, you can flip this up and fuse into it. I think that this card is great. I think it's a lot better than a lot of people gave it credit for. I do think that they need another fusion card though. I also run 2 Destiny Signal just because it lets you get some advantage. You can chain them into each other. If you have both, I think it's fine. I think it's a fine card. And if your opponent blows it up, who cares? And for our 1 of, we run 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, and this is just for the extra deck monster. But yeah, that's it for the main deck. Going into the extra deck, we have our new guy who we should have gotten. Honestly, we should have got this guy in Battle as a Legend. This is Destiny Hero Dangerous. He's a level 6. Basically what he does is he sends Destiny Heroes to the graveyard, you discard a card, then dump a Destiny Hero from the deck to the graveyard. And then he gains, all Destiny Heroes on the field gain attack equal to Destiny Heroes in your graveyard times 100. Gain 200 attack for each D hero in your graveyard, which is rad. And he's a level 6, so you can use Malicious, like you can send, where's Malicious? There he is. You can send Malicious to the graveyard and then special summon another one by banishing the other one, and then overlay the 2 of them for a rank 6. Which is whatever. I mean, sure, you're never really going to do that, but it happens. But yeah, he's pretty okay. He has 2,000 attack, so he's kind of weak, but his materials are probably the most generic out of all the Destiny heroes, which is just a D hero and a Dark Monster, which means you can use Shadow Mist, Vion, and Summoner Monk all for him. Then I run 2 Destiny Hero Dystopia. This is another card. 2 Destiny Hero monsters. Basically, if his attack is different than his original attack, you can blow up a card on the field and reset his attack. And then, I think he has another effect. I forget what it is. And then if he's special summoned, you can target a level 4 or lower Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard and burn for that monster's attack points. So the most you can burn for is 1,600. But yeah, Dystopia is pretty alright. For our 1 of, I do run 1 of the new guy. He kind of sucks now, which is terrible. His effect is practically useless unless heroes get a link monster, which they really do need one. This is Destiny Hero Dystopia. He needs a Destiny Hero fusion monster, so either Dangerous or Dystopia, and any Dark monster, any Destiny Hero monster. And when he's fusion summoned, you can fusion summon another monster, which sucks now. But his other effect is that you can save a card on the field and not take damage from it. He's also the biggest one. He has 3k. I think he should have had 32, honestly, but, you know, whatever. It's fine. I just think he should have been bigger. Next up, we have one of the easy fusions. This is Vision Hero Adoration. 2 hero monsters, and he has 2,800, so he has the same stats as this guy, I believe. 28... No, he has 28, 24, and he has 28, 21. Basically what he can do is he can cut a monster's attack by another hero monster on the field, which is pretty neat. We run the one Dark Law because we have the Mass Change and the Shadow Mist. That's the only reason we run him. And we run Starving Venom because you can actually make this off of Defusion, and it's another 2800 monster. But yeah, that's it for the fusion monsters. I think that the extra deck gives you enough options to do what you need to do with it. So the fusion monsters give you enough options for what you need them for. For our rank 4s, we run one Cowboy because Cowboy is good. I like him. Basically, you put him in defense mode, you burn for 800, or you run something over. One Castiel bounces something to the hand or deck, to the deck or extra deck, so that's pretty dope. One Traptrix Rafflesia for that bottomless. Basically, she's just there to be like a defender. She's not doing much. I rarely go into this card. I just run it because it's the only secret rare I ever pulled out of Bosch. And then for our rank 6, you can run Beatrice too, but this is the one I run. This is Dragulus. Basically, he stops extra deck stuff, which is really cool. The sad part is that he flips stuff face down. Once per turn during either, you can detach, then target one face up that was special summon from the extra deck, change it to face down defense position. So that kind of sucks. But his other effect is if he's banished or sent to the graveyard, you can special summon him back in face down defense position, and he has 2800 defense, so he's kind of beefy. But yeah, that's basically it for the Destiny Hero deck. This is a deck that I've played for a very long time. This is a deck that I've played in traditional format for a small amount of time because I knew some guys who played trad format. And that was fun because I got to use Pot of Greed and stuff to give it even more draws and Disc Commander. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. I know it's not the most meta deck. I know it's not relevant. But I definitely think that this deck is fun in a casual setting. And if you don't use Link Monsters with your friends, if you're one of those guys who's like, oh, I hate Link Monsters, this deck is even better because of Dustopia. Dustopia is amazing. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Nod Lammers of Invoked 101, and I'll see you guys in the next video.